qualified. Okay.
All right, we've got the go ahead. Hi, Britt and Michael. How are you guys doing today?
Hi, we're great. How are you?
I'm good. Greetings from Toronto. And listen, I got to tell you, I really enjoy this film. But I got to say, Britt, I got to start with you because I want to know something. Say you're shopping at, I don't know, Sephora, wherever, and somebody comes up to you and says, I love that makeup on you. I want to pay for your whole bill. And then 5 minutes later, that person invites you to their place to stay for the weekend. I mean, really? Would you go? Come on.
Well, if you have low self-esteem and no friends and they seem fabulous, yes, right? We set up this whole joke where Kat is wearing that hat in that scene. So we were calling her the Cat in the Hat. But there's this amazing moment where Michael was like watching the take and he's like, I really feel like it could be that you're talking to your imaginary friend in this scene.
Oh yeah.
Like she kind of shows up like the Mad Catter, right? Like she's got this hat and it's like feels a little Alice in Wonderland and it's a little bit like, is this her new imaginary friend?
Oh, it's full. Is this Tyler Durden? Like, is this Lindsay Tyler Durden? Like,
yeah.
What is, it's fine. Obviously makes for a great premise for a film, no question about it. But Michael, look, you guys, collaborated on this, not just as a couple in the film, you're good friends, you wrote it together. So my first question is, how did the idea all come about and how did you kind of get this story going? And then being such good friends, was it more fun to play a couple that was having issues?
Man, great questions. Also, you slipped in a boot in there, which was beautiful.
I did it on purpose for you.
Toronto forever, one of my favorite cities on the planet. Look, I was fortunate enough to fall into producing. I got really frustrated with producing, and I'm an actor at heart. This is the first thing I've written. There was no way I wasn't making this without one of my best friends. And when I started typing this, Britt was always in my mind. At first, I thought she was going to play Kat because Britt has this amazing experience as a Southern woman of being such a, of just kind of living in that life and doing that thing and so. But then as we got deeper into the process, I was like, nah, you're Lynn. Like, you're Lindsay. Yeah. You're 100% Lindsay. And it was amazing to play a married couple together because we were such great friends. I think if I'd played this with my ex-wife, we wouldn't have gotten to that place. I think because Britt and I weren't married, we were able to go to those places together. That's also probably why she's my ex-wife and not my current wife. But I think Britt and I were able to explore those places together. Britt and I have known each other for a dozen years at this point. I've had an acting crush on her since the first time I met her in class, and we've been fortunate enough to work together a few times on shorts and a couple other things. But there's just no way I was going to make this movie without her.
Oh, well, there you go. So Britt, how about for you? I mean, what was that process? What was the process like for you? You can be truthful now. He said all the nice things.
Yeah, he said all the nice things. Let's get the bullshit out of the way. No, it was amazing because Michael and I met each other. We first moved to LA. He from New York, me from Alabama. We were so hungry just to work. That's all we wanted to do. If someone would let us say one line on television, even just points, we would have taken the job, So we had this deep hunger. And then as we kept working, we started making shorts together where we got to explore our own creativity. Then he got snapped up on set by a producer who brought him into a development company. So he started to produce a little bit and see more scripts. Right. And I was coaching and teaching and even working with very famous stars on their dialogue, prepping them to go to set. So we started to feel more ownership in the industry rather than just the actors begging for someone to give them a job. We started to feel like we kind of knew how to make things. We knew how to make things, period. Like even just like grabbing a camera and understanding everyone's job on set and becoming responsible for an entire organism, because that's what it is when you're producing. So when he said, I have this idea, I think we can do it. I don't think we're going to do the indie formula where you try to bring in some TV stars on their hiatus and give them these roles. I think we should do it with the people that we love, and let's just find out. Let's fail gloriously together.
Oh, you didn't fail at all. No, I mean, this is a lot of fun. But I said, like, the script is so good, and you've got great people in this, as the collaboration with your co-stars. How much improv? Because like there's such pretentious a-holes, and it just all works so well. I love that. Michael, like, did you guys kind of let people kind of go with, with what they wanted to say too?
I think it's 80% what I typed and 20% what these geniuses brought to set. I mean, I always look at Curb Your Enthusiasm, right? And the
Yeah.
way they make that show, and like what Christopher Guest and Eugene Levy have done with all their mockumentaries of, we need to get from A to B.
Right.
However we get there, up to you. But we
Yeah.
need to get from A to B. And Britt and I and Kestern, our director, came to, we call it the Holy Trinity, but we came to this triumvirate of like, okay, best idea wins. And like, we're gonna vote on set, and if two vote against one, two wins, right? But we are always going to come to this place of like, no one here is gonna have an ego. And I have to say, it was one of the best things about this set. No one had an ego. Everyone was willing to get ugly. Everyone was willing to get weird. Everyone was very comfortable just being in their skin on set. And I think also because we're all friends and we've all known each other for a number of years, but we really wanted to empower. Britt can speak more to this, but the scariest thing as an actor is that fear of I don't belong here. And we just tried to cultivate an atmosphere on set of you belong here. You are here because you are, and Kestern says this all the time, and I think it's so genius. No one knows your role better than you, right? And that really empowers an actor to be like, yeah, I do know this part, versus like, why am I here? I don't get it. So I would say it's 80-20 of what Britt and I conceived versus what kind of came out on screen. I'm not going to say that some of my favorite jokes in the movie were improvised, but maybe some of my favorite jokes in the movie were improvised.
We tried to be clean about it. We always shot it exactly as written. And this was really Kestron's wonderful direction. And she was like, look, get the clean take, always get the clean take. Then we get a riff. And then we get like the riff that maybe is a little too ridiculous and we're not going to use, but like, what the hell, let's go for it anyway. And then we have to move on because we have no time and no money, right? So it's kind of like it was a lot of balance between play and strategy. But when you're editing, it doesn't matter. None of that shit matters. It's on, it's there, it's recorded. You get to pull all those moments. And it's so wonderful to be in post-production and be staring at these faces, watching them do their work. It was incredible.
Well, I think you guys did a great job. I really, really enjoyed this.
Thanks,
and
Bonnie.
and it's gonna make me think twice about, meeting a stranger and going home with them. But you had a little bit of fun. So I don't know, 50-50, I'll think about it.
Because no one on this call has ever gone home with a stranger before. That's never happened, right? No one's ever done that. Yeah.
Okay,
No, we're all
good to know. Good to know. Well, I'm not a stranger anymore, so you can come and stay with me. And I promise you, I'm not a serial killer. So nice to meet you guys. Thank you.
That's what everyone from Toronto says, and then you're all serial killers, and we know it. Bonnie, do you know Jennifer Leffler?
No, it's Laufer.
Oh, okay.
So there you go.
I did the French. Okay, cool. So you don't.
Yeah.
So I feel
Anyway,
like
it's all good. Thank you so much for your time, you guys. Thank you for the film, and I appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Bonnie.
Bye, Bonnie. Thank you.
Bye-bye.